Hey guys, it's Becky Bamboo. Today is Wednesday, September, oh gosh, 21st? I can't ever remember the date. I just got home. I've been running. I'm in my running get up, my shoes, and don't I like hip in my bandana? Like, my hair was a mess and I didn't feel like doing it to go run. That would be like so pointless. That's the total downside of having short hair, is if it's a mess, like, you have one option. It's either do it or put something to cover it. I guess that's two options, right? At least with long hair you can just throw it up and it looks okay, but you can't do that with short hair. Anyway, I just got back from my run. I decided to just run my neighborhood today. I don't typically do that. Usually I either go to the gym or I go to the trail, so this was kind of reaching outside the box for me. And I discovered I kind of liked this run. I have a whole neighborhood full of sidewalks, quite a bit of up and down, which is good for me because of, I think running on the hills, even though it's more difficult, I think it's more realistic for training purposes. And I am actually doing another 5K coming up October 1st, so might as well train appropriately for it. Last year, so the 5K I'm doing is actually the Walk from Obesity. I did it last October. It was October 23rd or something last year. You guys might remember this time last year I was training to walk a 5K. And here I am, Sunday I just ran a 6K. Pretty big difference 1 year can make in your life. You may think during the journey that a year seems like forever, but it goes so fast. You don't even have time to realize it before it's come and gone. So I decided, I was kind of going back and forth, do I want to do Walk from Obesity, don't I? My surgeon's office contacted me multiple times, asking me to please come participate. Got asked multiple times to please come run it. So I decided it was probably an important thing for me to do. I do remember, this is so funny, I remember sitting after the walk last year with bloody feet. My feet were just destroyed from that. I had shoes that just were way too loose and they rubbed, and I had the biggest blisters across the whole bottom side of my foot, and it bled all the way through my shoe. I remember sitting there, and everybody I went with, except for one other person, ran. And I went with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, so 4 out of 5 ran. And I remember saying to them, it'd be so cool if next year I could run some of this. And my cousin who was there said, totally doable. You can totally do this. And I was just like, so not a believer of that. And here I am a year later, knowing solid I can run that thing. No problem. Don't even have to worry about it. Don't even really have to train for it if I don't want to at this point. As long as I keep doing what my normal runs, it's really not going to be a big deal. So pretty amazing feeling looking back, reflecting back to this time last year, and remembering how heavy I was, and remembering how much of a forced thing it was for me to get out and move my body. I had to make it happen. I had to basically give myself no option. It was not an option. Now here I sit a year later, and I don't have to force myself. It's just natural. I know this is a part of my life. I know this is important. I know how I feel when I'm done. I know how I feel if I don't do it. So it's not even, I don't even have to really work at it anymore. It's just it's just part of my life now, which is excellent. This is exactly what I hoped I would get out of all that time of forcing myself to be there. So it's paid off in spades, and it's always I try to encourage you guys who are new to push through. I know it's hard at the beginning. It's overwhelming, the amount of stuff thrown at you all at one time with eat this, don't eat that. You can't have this, you can have that. This might make you sick, but it might not. And, it's so much trial and error in the beginning of trying new foods and what's going to work, what doesn't work. Things that work at first may end up not working for you later. Things that you couldn't eat before, all of a sudden you can eat. I understand it's a complex thing, and adding exercise into it is a whole nother level. You don't know what to do. Let's face it, most of us who are super morbidly obese, we had no clue about working gym equipment and treadmills and ellipticals and weight machines. But you had to push through it, and it's so worth it in the end. If you give yourself, I say, 2 weeks of doing activity consistently, you will feel so much better. 6 months of doing it consistently, it becomes a part of your life, and it becomes to where you realize how much you need it. It's not even about wanting to do it, it's just that you know you need it. So I'm forever grateful for the mindset I had going into this. The mindset I had going into this is my opportunity to have the life I always wanted to have, to be the athlete I always wanted to be, to have the body that I always thought I never could have, but I would dream of having. And I'm creeping ever closer and closer and closer to that final goal of what I want. And, you know, I don't really know what the final goal is for me yet. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't. I'm taking this day by day, week by week, month by month. Whenever I hit the spot I want to stay, I will know it. I just feel like I'll know it. I know at this point I'm happy as a size 14. I'm pretty much a 14 in my bottoms and probably more like a 12 in my top, maybe even a little smaller than that. But I really want my bottoms to at least be a 12. I'm still shooting to get into a 10. That's always been my dream size. And when I hit 12, I'm going to reevaluate. I am taking this slowly from now on. I went so fast the first year, tried to get off as much as I could, but now I think it's about exploring myself and exploring what body I'm comfortable in and what I would like to see change about it. And that's what I'm working on. I'm working on changing the things that I want to see changes in, and that's mainly my hips and my butt and my belly. Completely satisfied with my calves. My upper body's as good as it's going to get. I mean, I might get some more tone in my arms. I am starting to see some more muscle definition. But let's face it, 235 pounds, I have a ton of excess skin. My belly and my boobs and my thighs are a mess. My arms, I mean, you know, it is what it is. So I'm focusing on changing the things that I know I can change. My thighs. That's a huge one. I know I can change those. I know I can slim those down more. Running, squats, lunges, that's all taking care of that. And I'm so grateful to Losing It with Becca for suggesting the squats and lunges, because that has made a huge difference so quickly. So those of you who are having issues with your thighs, try some squats and lunges and stuff. It makes a lot of difference. So let's see. What else? So yeah, my run today was a bit disappointing. I was actually going to run. I was going to run 4 miles today. I got to 1.82 and I had a severe cramp in my left knee, and it kind of dressed inappropriately today. I wore my running tights, thinking that it was cool outside because my house was cool and our windows are open. But in reality, out in the sun, it's really not that cool. My house is completely shaded. It's just, so our house stays pretty cool. But getting out on the street running, I got pretty hot. So anyway, the heat and the cramp in my knee really kind of took me out. And I didn't want to push it because I am a firm believer if something hurts, there's a reason why it hurts, and you need to stop and rest it. So I stopped and rest. I just walked back about a mile, and that kind of eased out the cramp, and it's feeling better now. But that's it. I burned about 300 calories on my run, so I'm completely satisfied with that. So anyway, that's what's going on with me, you guys. I'm having a really good week. Work's going well. It's been kind of a slower week for me, which is nice. I only work again tomorrow, and then I'm off the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is fabulous. I'm super excited about that. And that's it. So take care, guys. I love you.